Hey guys, Nestler Magic here, and it is 4:52 a.m., which means it's time for the post-game report from whatever the hell I just came from pre-release, whatever it's called. I'm still sharp as a tack. So this went a lot differently than I thought. My pool was pretty good, but it had like massive critical flaws in all the colors, so I pretty much had to go 3-color. Even then, it was a little expensive for underperforming creatures, just a lot of like exert crap and embalm stuff. Which was cool, but everybody else had that, so not really. And going 3-color bit me in about 3 or 4 of the games, which is a lot. I mean, I don't think I'm ever going 3-color again. I probably should have just made 2-color work, so I'm not just sitting there with nothing to cast. Or I should say, no ability to cast the cards. But I had Gideon, Gideon of the Trials, so I went white, and I had about half my cards were white, and the other half were split between red and green. I had a huge amount of ambush boost. Huge. Probably like 6 or 7 cards. I mean, between the deal 3 damage to attacker or blocker, I had Electrify, I had Brute Strength ×2, I had the instant that doubles the attack power, so I had some stuff. I just couldn't get the damn deck to work. It just wouldn't draw what I needed. It would just be like, here, enjoy your garbage creature that you put in as filler. And yeah, I had to put in like filler creatures with 3 colors. Like that's how bad the pool was, except not really. I mean, the way I would describe it is one of the most powerful pools ever, but only like 6 or 7 of the cards, and then a ton of like situational removal that requires me to have creatures out. And then past that, just a bunch of filler garbage. And then color problems. And the best thing is I had in Evolving Wilds, the filter land, and a dual land. Now the other problem is, I mean, yeah, I had some bombs like Gideon and that mythic that has like haste, double strike, and like vigilance or whatever. I mean, it was insane. Like, I don't even remember the rest of the cards, but some of them were just nuts. Like, they were the most baller cards you could ever want in your pre-release pool, but the rest was so criminally bad that it was just filler, and that's, like, all I pulled. And people obviously knew what to deal with. It's like, oh, do you kill this 1/1, or do you kill this? You know, this actually good creature. So I just obliterated my second opponent. It wasn't even a fair fight at all, because, I mean, my deck was powerful when it worked, or when it even kind of worked, because it was like, just remove their stuff and then hit with whatever you brought out. The real problem at the end of the day was going 3-color, like having to. Well, I didn't have to, but I could have put even more filler garbage that was very underperforming. And then I had 0 synergy, and I mean 0. Nothing triggered anything. Like, what you see is what you get. I'm going to embalm it. I'm going to do all these combat tricks and stuff, and I'm going to boost stuff. But that's it. I mean, there was no like, oh, whenever you cycle, do this. I barely even had cycling in the deck. I think I had 1 card. So there was no recurring triggers, no -1/-1 counters going on stuff. It was just kind of blah, just like a vanilla deck. So the bombs were nice, but bombs do not necessarily win you games if you can't, get them out and keep them out. So that was interesting because I got just stomped in the 3rd round by somebody who had one of the most powerful decks I've ever seen in my life. And if I wasn't sitting across from him watching him build it, I would say that somehow he traded with his friends or something. But he didn't. I mean, I saw him. He had triggers going off with cascading triggers with more triggers. And then he brought out the mythic green-black guy. And then like had like a creature die. And then he also had the beetles. So then he puts like a -1 counter on one of my creatures, and then gets like a beetle, and then gets like another, like a snake, and then like he could hit me because he was unblockable. I mean, it was just outrageous. And he had the 4/3 lifelink guy. I mean, it was that deck was unbeatable. He wasn't playing amazingly well with it, which is why he got put up against me in the 3rd round. I didn't have a great record. I went 3 losses, 1 win, and my one win was in the 2nd round. So, well, I mean, I guess if he was 1/1, that's not that bad. In fact, pretty much everybody I played against made massive play errors, like as is the norm, but I still lost. In my 1 pack, I got the Flying Demon, though, so that's pretty cool. And my friend pulled a Masterpiece, so that was wonderful. Very expensive one, too. Not the top one, but I mean, it's above 50. So, I mean, my Gideon almost paid for my pre-release. I'm not even sure what the eBay price is. I know he was like 35 open market, and I heard he fell way down. He's probably like 2021 on eBay right now. I'm not sure. I mean, there's got to be some demand for him, but not as high as normal because I had heard that they made the next Friday, instead of standard FNM, it's going to be draft FNM with the Amonkhet set. So that makes sense because then you don't have like half a day while you're at work or school to build a deck and then bring it, which, I mean, it's always low attended, obviously. I mean, I hate draft, but it's a smart idea, so that's cool. So nobody's like, oh my god, scramble, scramble, scramble. They will be after next Friday, though. Well, the cool thing is I pulled a little bit of other, minor money in the deck. I don't know, like 2 full art lands. That was kind of cool, but other cards that are worth like $4 and stuff, so that was really nice. Oh, my other friend, Dracon, he pulled the red $10 rare, but the promo foil. So that's got to be worth some change. So the one thing that I have to say about the whole event as a whole, because I can't just take my personal, 4 opponents and their decks and, friends' words. I walked around and looked at the games that were ongoing and stuff. Pretty much every game sucked. And I would say that whether I won or lost, all of my games were what I would consider bad games. None of them were like, oh, what a shootout, or, they were either just blowouts. One or both of us was pissed about our colors. Nobody could draw anything. We were just standing there staring at each other with like no good removal, or I just couldn't pull any more ambush, or they were just bad games. I mean, they were bad games of Magic. And it seemed like everybody was having an experience like that. And there was quite a few like blowouts too. Like I'd say in any given round, probably 2 games would finish in like the first 7 minutes or something. And people actually, like, even the losers thought it was hilarious because they're like, whoa, because somebody just pulled into some power. I had the double attack, double strike card, and I won on turn 5 in one case. Actually, yeah, we were the first people done. We finished in like 7 minutes or something, I think. Actually, wait, no, he was playing actually kind of slow, but we were the first ones done. We were done in probably 15 minutes. I mean, I pulled some heat and just kept it going. Like, I just fried him. I had like Gideon out and I'm like doubling his power, and then the next turn like double striking him and doing all this combat manipulation to kill his boosted creatures. I got my cartouches coming out as removal. The green force fight one, quite good. And I won a game single-handedly because of that stupid 1/1 lifelink cat. So that was fun. I mean, I had 2 cartouches on it, but yeah, it was pretty hardcore. But yeah, it looked like nobody there was having a terribly good time. I mean, we're all like, okay, cool, it's midnight, this is fun, we like pre-release, we like Magic, whatever. Like, nobody was having that bad of a time, but nobody was like absolutely thrilled. Like, wow, I'm so proud of my deck. Like, everybody was just having bad games. Whether they won or lost, they were still having a bad game. So I think just looking at what people were playing, because I looked around at what they chose to build, a lot of them really know what they're doing. They're just bad decks. I mean, I think the set is really short on creatures, it would seem, because a lot of people had creature issues. I don't know. I mean, it's really kind of control light and kind of ambush heavy, which that's fine for constructed. But overall, I'd maybe give it like a 3 out of 10 as far as friendliness for playing sealed. So that kind of sucks, but I mean, people get excited about the prizes and they don't really care if they win or lose because people there are like super chill and stuff. It's just a shame that it just wasn't that fun to play with. And plus, people were getting kind of sick of getting just blown out by like god cards and stuff and my Gideon. If they just got just blown to bits and they also started with a reasonably good hand with on-color, lands, then they were like double pissed because they actually could have won. And then they go after that and just get color screwed and just don't even get to play a game. So, I mean, that's just the nature of it, but it seemed like almost everybody was running 3-color. Plus a ton of people, even people like me, for example. I pulled 5 cards and changed it. I never pull 5 cards. I think the most I've ever pulled is 1. So I pulled 5 cards and restructured it because I just didn't like my deck, and I still don't. I still don't like it right now. I like that it has like a $24 Gideon in it, but whatever. It was one of those, when it works, and when it doesn't, it draws garbage, and I don't like that because like 75% of the cards are just not good enough to just, boom, just run them over, and it's very combo heavy. It was like, oh, you got to have a creature, it has to be big enough, and +3/+1 in trample, and survive it. So it seemed like the people with the most triggers won, the most, synergistic, oh, I triggered this, trigger this, every turn, go, they were the ones winning. Luckily, I didn't have to play against anything super degenerate. In fact, nobody really pulled it. Like, I think the one guy who pulled As Foretold just didn't play it. And these games were going long. Like, anybody who tells you As Foretold is a bad card is an idiot. But the 2 big 7 costs, Actually, there's like 3 of them, I think. Those are crap. They're just not good. I just would not play them. Oh, and of course, one guy pulled the "you lose the game" card and kept joking about how he wanted to put it in because the whole night sucked. So, I mean, we joke around, we have fun, like I said, whether we're winning or losing, and whether our pool was tragic or if it was super powered or if it was like mine, which was like bipolar. It was a hoot. I would totally go to another one, and I might hit up another version of it on Sunday, maybe. I'm like super critically short on cash right now. Like, it's really, really bad. But if I can, I don't know, sell the Gideon real quick, I probably shouldn't. I shouldn't ship out anything till next week. I don't know. We'll see if somebody buys something off me on eBay or something in the meantime. So let me know how your pre-release went. Was it as doom and gloom as mine, or was it just a bunch of overpowered blowouts, or was it a bunch of frustrated people having to play 3-color because the cards just aren't good? Just Embalm and Exert aren't good enough to stop a 5 versus 5 creature standoff, which is what I saw. It just seemed like the most -1 counter triggers won. So, give me your observations. Maybe my LGS was a complete mystery. Or anomaly, whatever. I need to go to bed. Unfortunately, tomorrow, I'm working from 10 a.m. until about midnight. Yeah, 14-hour day coming off of 4.5 hours of sleep. That'll be fun. Well, you guys have a nice rest of the day, and good morning to you. I'll see you guys next video. But for real, though, these birds outside need to shut the hell up. The sun's not even remotely up. It is pitch black outside, and they're like, oh, time to start chirping. Shut the hell up. I'm trying to sleep.